Right.
Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna get started. Hi everyone.
Sounds good.
Oh, groans and groans. All right, let's take a filling breath in. We'll hold that for a moment. Okay, filling breath. And let it go. One more of those, breathing in. And down. All right, filling breath out over 4, twice, 6, 8, and 12. Okay, here we go, release. And out, 2, 3, 4, release. Out, 2, 3, 4, release. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, release. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, release. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, release. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, release. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, release. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, release. Thank you. We're gonna hum. Starting on 1. All right, let's do a little humming. Teeth apart, lots of upward space. We're gonna hold the root or the 1, and we're gonna slide up to the 5. Okay, and we're gonna go down by steps. So it's gonna sound like this. Where's that? Where's that C? Let's do that on an ooh. Stay here for a second. Ooh. Great. So in the slide, we can take a gentle crescendo to get us up there. We're moving the air a little more on our way. Ooh. Try that. Sticking with ooh for a moment, it brings a lot of our focus to our sound, brings a lot of resonance into play when we do an ooh. the feeling of resonance. Ooh, that feeling. Ready? Feeling it in your throat at all, if you can help it. Not wide lips, right? Linear, vertically as possible. Kind of splats out sometimes. Nice vertical space for that too. Ready? One more time. Yay! Woo! Have a seat, everybody. All right, thank you for this new seating arrangement tonight. You'll notice we've got a couple altos here and here, so we're making some L shapes with sound and seeing how that goes tonight. We've got a couple of basses behind some tenors here, but the tenors kind of flow through from John to Peter to Irene to Gary in an L shape, a little bit of an L shape. We have sopranos that come across the front here. So just experimenting with how you hear one another in this type of an arrangement, and eventually the possibility of this type of a group coming up while this one would maybe remain. Let's see how it goes, all right? Tonight, we have some things to work on for our number 2 Creation Justice Sunday. I thought last Sunday went very well, thank you for that quick work on I Sing the Love, that dream creation especially, but on all of it. The Earth is Your Mother was beautiful, really, really beautiful. Tonight, starting with I Am Your Mother. And I just want to say a hearty welcome back to Kathy Malloy, who we haven't seen in quite some time, longer than anybody else in the room tonight. Yeah, it was so nice to have you back. Other faces we haven't seen in a while would be Rich. Hello, Rich. And Maureen's been traveling a bit, too, so nice to have you back. On Sunday, the band, I'm calling them the church band now, largely the core of the jazz band, and Rachel Nash Benson's playing guitar along with, is doing a Cat Stevens number, Where Did the Children Play, as prelude, which will move into the Sing for Social Justice group doing a piece, Big Yellow Taxi, all on their own. Going into our offertory, which will be together with a couple of the all of the Sing for Social Justice people, to be combined with the band and social justice. So be aware, the band is with us on both anthems for Sunday. Our offertory, which is one we're looking at now, I Am Your Mother, and we sing a postlude on Sunday, which is Good Trouble, okay? So our music is shifted a little later in the service, starting with the offertory and moving to postlude. I think it will be really fun. Do you have what I gave you for Key of A?
Well, I also have the as well, but yes, I have both. Did you want me to use the other one for some reason? Or?
No, I don't know if you need
got
it.
Both. Not got them both.
All right. Let's start on measure 9, where we have 4-part harmony. And can we do that on Da? All together? Measure 9. Measure 9. Da. And. Wonderful. Let's put words for verse 1 to work here. Measure 9. Children, protect me. Okay? Measure 9 for verse 1. Ready, go. Children, protect me. My ears crossed. My breath is your breath. My death is your death. Ashes to ashes, dust into dust. Okay, so one of the questions is, where do we put that S? Ashes to ashes, dust into. It's the very last second when we're taking our breath, okay? Ashes to ashes, dust into dust, okay? So let's try that part. Ashes. Ready, go. Ashes to ashes, dust into dust. Yeah, but that last note that's held so long, the word dust, goes down almost immediately, flat. So we really want energy, motion. Don't give it all you got at the beginning, but just bring it in a focused way into a mini crescendo, okay? Dust into dust. And you can keep it moving upward nicely in tune. Great. Ashes to ashes one more time. And ashes to ashes, dust into dust. Okay, it's harder if you can do versus right? Dust into dust. There's no reason why I can't sing for the word dust there, and that will help as well with the tuning, okay? Great, we're going to do that whole first verse from the beginning of the song. Slower than me. So let's try to really keep that a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pulse in mind, even as we break into our harmony parts, which we practice several times. You should feel pretty good about them. Pretty good, right? We'll get better and better. When we start, let's start verse 2 again from the beginning. And I hear a lot of I, but what if it was I with just basically? I am your mother. In this case, verse 2, I am your nurture, right? Let's really get those words out, that diction as well. But starting with a pure ah is going to be helpful. Verse 2. Yeah, did you hear how some of us went to the note though? Fill the space, prepare the space, fill the space. The vowel really nicely open. I am your mother. Tears on my face. Let me drop back into tempo, okay? So let's try that section, just the end, measure 17, last verse. I am your mother. That you're singing, because these words are so beautiful and important. So the more we can bring us, I think especially to final consonants, beginning consonants, the clarity of them is going to be important. God is our maker. So we really hear the specifics of that. Do not deny God. Can you hear me? Okay. So you understand what I'm saying. Challenge, defy God. You know, it can be done through a mask. We have to work a little harder. But let's do that work. Okay, that is our work. So one more time on verse 4.
All the way through the top.
From the beginning of verse 4. Verse 4. at the last second we put that SH on, okay? It's like the and before we go on to the next thing. Life is to cherish, calorie. Got it? Let's try it. Life is to cherish. Ready, go. Life is to cherish, calorie watch me for them. Beating into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ready, off. That's the kind of thing. You'll just be a gentle filling of the beat. Off. Okay? Thank you. We'll practice it again Sunday clearly with the band. Good trouble. Good trouble.
E for this?
Yeah. No. Or I gave you, oh yeah, E minor. I gave you the one sheet, the red sheet.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, but that won't help you with,
That's fine. We did it when we talked about it.
other stuff, but anyway. Did anybody get to listen to the recording of this? Yeah. You hear at the beginning there is an a cappella solo verse, or solo refrain, and then kind of goes into the piece. So, John Emerson and I are going to do some of these solos, all right? And I think I'm going to start by singing this first section a cappella, and then you'll come in. And we'll sing it with the repeat as usual. You'll sing this day, repeating our faith. Every time we do a repeat, we change it to our faith. Yeah? Is that clear? Okay. And then John and I will do some back and forth on the two verses that are on page 5. I just want to remind you, once we go through page 5, we go to the top of 6. After that top line, after verse 1, we go back to the beginning of the piece. Okay, so turn the page back. And you do that again, twice for the refrain, and you come to page 5 again, because we're going to do verse 2. The soloists are going to do verse 2, marching forth, while you are oohing once more. We go to the top of page 6 after that second verse, and continue. Is that clear? Continue to the end of the song. There will be some repeats in there, because they just are. But hopefully tonight it'll feel more and more comfortable. Give me E minor. This day has challenged us to make good trouble, to make good trouble, to make good trouble. This day has challenged us to make good trouble, to make this world a better place. This day has challenged us to make good trouble.
Oh, I did
turning
it
from
too.
this
Ah, that is so unnerving. Yes, we just want to go twice too fast. We want to move too fast.
Let's start again at 6. Thank you, John. We'll do that again.
I just went too fast.
Why don't you keep going through the whole verse 1? Okay. Let's do that again at Urs. And just to remind you, Jeff is doing some very, very tricky stuff, transposing in his brain right now. It's, yeah.
Not tricky. It's
I think it's tricky.
going slow. Wow.
Can anybody else in this room do
slowing.
that?
All right.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's
While
just-
we're at it, because I don't get to do this very often, Jeffrey spends hours helping with brass arrangements for Easter, for other special events and things, and I basically say to him, I would like this, and he goes, oh, okay, and he goes and does it. But he doesn't just do it, he spends time doing it, thinking through it, how does it sound best, this, that, and the other, and I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
For that. Thank you. All right. So back to measure 6 when we have oohs. All right. And verse 1. Ready?
When the world seems lost and torn, more than we can bear, we find strength to carry on, turning from despair.
you, John.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you. Let's see. How about if we go to check something, just in the refrain, checking tenor bass together. We can go to the beginning for this. You know, all our refrains are the same. Just want to hear you two together, tenors and basses, okay?
We'll start.
From the start. Yep, this day. Ready?
This day has challenged us to make good trouble, to make good trouble, to make good trouble. This day has challenged us to make good trouble, to make this world a better place.
Yes, just basses there to make this world.
To make this.
To make this world a better place. Try that. To make basses 2, 3.
To make this world a better place.
Yeah, so think butter for better. Butter, better, without the R. Don't hold on to the R. That goes for all of us. We can't hold on to that R. But better place, the UH thought at the end of each of those. Now we just need to kind of sink in a little more, right? So it sounds a little choppy compared to what I know you can do legato-wise in this song this day. It's more like a wheels a turn when we're singing this one, okay? So let's do the beginning refrain, but as if we're going to do verse 2. Don, could you sing verse 2 again, please? So we're going to start at the beginning of the song, go to verse 2, and just continue through the rest of the whole piece, okay? All right, ready, 2, and...
This day has challenged us to make good trouble, to make good trouble, to make good trouble. This day.
Yeah, but I can't understand you. This day, right? This day, all right? One more time in that moment, which is what? Taking up to 3 or something? This day, ready, 2, 3.
This day has challenged us to make good trouble, to make this world a better
Now our faith.
place. Our faith has challenged us to make good trouble, to make good trouble, to make good trouble. Our faith has challenged us to make good trouble, to make this world
make these altos. Ready? Yeah, so I'm gonna challenge you to use the resonance of the soprano while you do this. Use high voice, even to just let that ooh spin in, okay? So we can hear you better. A little more focused, but in that place. All right, once more, everybody. At measure 12. Ready? We hold that out enthusiastically until I cut you off, yeah? Does that feel okay? Thank you. The more we sink into that, the better. Yes, John?
On the last page, is there any slowing before the retard, or is it the same tempo we've been singing at?
When we do it 3 times, you mean that kind of routine, like to make this world? Yes, we should keep tempo there until we get to 20, basically.
Okay.
To make this world a better. Yeah, kind of keep it going at that point. We will really sync it up with the band. It'll be great, and we'll all have to work on that ending together. So we'll definitely be rehearsing it again a few times on Sunday. That's gonna be fun. Blessings over me. Blessings over me. Does anybody happen to have folder 39? 39. You have it? That's not your folder, honey. The 40 is your folder.
Well, who's 40?
You.
Well, who's 39?
Who's got 40? Carol.
Oh,
Yeah.
and it's because I've been all by myself in my
Oh.
little cubby hole. I just picked 39.
I'm glad I asked.
That's your
Okay. Well, we'll remedy that at the
We'll
end of
just
things.
switch.
Yeah, great.
Sorry.
Blessings over me.
This is the following Sunday.
This is the following Sunday. Mother's Day. Blessings. May 8th. I'm gonna praise. Okay, yeah. Ready? No talk. right. Let's go work through a few things. One of the tricky things I think is the start of some of these phrases even, right? Just make sure we have voice, we give voice to them. Cause time, we tend to clip cause off really easily. So page 3 is an example. At the top. So I'll just invite you to open your throat, open your mouth. Cause, try that. Cause, again. Cause, right, and we're going to follow through. Cause time, right? Try that. Cause time. Yeah, one more time. Cause time. Nice. So sometimes in this style we might feel that things are a little more clipped than they really are, or we can actually put more voice to them than we might think. All right. Cause time still sounds within the genre. All right. One more time. We're going to do cause time and go on. Top of 3 and go. Cause time and time again I have learned that I can depend on you, and I extend your blessings over me. Same kind of thing with the word blessings. Blessings. We can kind of stop the sound of the vowel, or we can not stop the sound. Blessings, blessings over me. So I want to hear what it sounds like if we give more voice to the blessings, word blessings as well, instead of having it be more choppy. So this is picking up to measure 18, which is at the bottom of 3. Yeah. And how you said? 1, 2, go. Blessings over. Just keep that vowel open and that will suffice. So let's do cause time. Page, top of the page one more time. We'll continue through here. 1, 2, 3. Cause time and time again I have learned that I can depend on you, and I extend your blessings over me. I thank you, Lord, I thank you for your many blessings over me. And as I live my days, you give me everything I need. Though I try to thank you for the goodness that you bring, I'm still amazed at how you pour your blessings over me. Right, yeah. Let's do a little here. Measure 33. Sopranos and altos. Measure 33. Page 5. Okay, ready. I'm still amazed at how you pour your blessings over me. Right, altos only. 33. Ready, and. I'm still amazed at how you pour your blessings over me. How you pour, right? There's a rhythmic element there. We need to clean up a little. One more time. I'm still amazed. Ready. I'm still amazed at how you pour your blessings over me. There we go. With sopranos. One more time. Ready. I'm still amazed at how you pour your blessings over me. Okay, and now tenor bass alone. 33. Ready. I'm still amazed at how you pour your blessings over me. It's a nice solo section over here, sopranos. We're just doing tenor bass at the moment, but that was lovely. All right, tenors and basses, same thing. Ready. I'm still amazed at how you pour your blessings over me. Yeah, so let's not close too quickly. Blessings closing, but blessings over me. And see what happens. All together. Now everybody can sing. Okay, 33. We're actually all louder than the sopranos. So let's bring it down. Let's hear some melody. Let's see what happens. Measure 33. Ready. Okay, keep going. Lots of voice. I'll live to thank you. All right, let's thank the Lord here. Measure 53. Tenors and basses. Just tenor bass. Thank you, Lord. Ready? Oh, no. Measure 53.
Oops.
So that's in the middle of
Some of us
7.
were in the same
Middle system, middle measure.
mindset, but I wasn't there.
Okay, 1, 2. Right. It's just kind of muddled, right? We need to clean that up a little bit. Basses only. Ready. No. What's happening? You're gonna be higher than that.
53, right?
53 basses. Thank you, Lord. Okay, ready. Right. I thank you, Lord. Yep. What's tenors? Tenors add in. Same place. Okay, ready. All right, with everybody, let's thank the Lord. 53. Okay, 1, 2. Thank you. All right, let's go on to a couple others. We have our Easy Anthems book, page 166. Oh, taste and see. at home, or if you've looked at the scan, I might have scanned you a copy that crossed out the word man and put the word one, and crossed out the word him and put the word God. I want to find out how you feel about that. I know some of you might know this from years and years back. Could you make the change? Blessed is the one that trusteth in God, versus blessed is the man that trusteth in him. Yeah? So if we try to change every man to one, and every him to God, then we would be set for the whole piece, because this text just repeats. So.
Yeah, it's like bar 19, 21, 29, and 31 in the last bar. That's it. You have very little to do.
Yeah. Can you give me a D?
Actually, there's also 20. A D.
Is that clear? So every time you find those, we'd be switching. Let's see what happens. Tana let me know that she'd like to sing this solo, and I said, great! And because, when did you first sing this solo, Tana?
Well, I didn't. We sang it 1962.
1962!
In the college choir.
With the college choir in Middlebury. So anyway, Tana's gonna give this solo section a try. You know, it's very short, and I wonder if we can repeat back to the tutti section at the beginning once we've ended the song. So we won't do what?
Do the whole thing if you want. Be back to the top. It's easier. Then I get to have the solo too.
Oh, you want a solo too?
Yeah, that's silly though. That would be. We shouldn't do that.
Let's try repeating back to measure 13, which is the tutti section, where we all sing or sopranos come in. It's just sopranos actually, all sopranos. But then we pop in at 14, 15, 16 in our other parts. Okay, so Tana, how about? All sopranos in this circumstance, okay? Because it says solo or a few sopranos. Tutti's all sopranos. Okay? Yeah, everybody, soprano section. Ready? Tutti soprano section, measure 13. Ready, and go. last tenors and basses. One, ready, and. Well, let's fix that. How about measure 28, just basses.
28.
One, ready. Tenors, okay? Tenors. Ready, and go. Together, measure 28 together. Bass tenors. One, ready. With everybody else. So we'll start in measure 27 with sopranos and altos, leading into 28 with the tenors and basses. One, ready. Yeah, thank you. Altos alone, measure 27 to the end. One, ready, go. Now, let's do something revolutionary and actually try to do these slurs. To sing the slurs, right? Where we connect the two that are slurred, or three that are slurred, or four that are slurred together. Everybody, measure 27 to the end. Let's put the words with this, okay? One, ready, and. Right. I'm interested in having a Vaughan Williams Sunday on the 15th of May. Let's do one more Vaughan Williams before we leave, or in our dismissal today. Come my way, my truth, my life. That starts with tenors and basses singing verse 1, verse 2, sopranos and altos only, and then everybody together in verse 3. All right, would you all stand with me, please?
Are we all singing the melody throughout?
Yes, because it's unison. Yep, just that top line melody throughout. So look up in the trouble book for your notes. All right. Tenors and basses, ready, and. Stop for a second. So this is only going to be tenors and basses, right?
At all?
Verse 1,
Oh,
tenors and basses. Verse 2, sopranos and altos. Verse 3, everybody together. All right?
this, we could grab the solo version. I could play the piano.
I think I have it at home.
There's, yes, you do.
Yeah.
There's da-da-dum,
There's
dum
more.
between each verse. There's just a little interlude.
Very nice.
And be easy. There's a different.
Good
they-
night.
They put a chord in there.
I'll email you soon.
Bye. Oh, okay.